Everyday social interactions that you and I might take for granted, so going to the bank, travelling public transport, making appointments with your GP, everyday goods and services, having a conversation, that can be almost impossible if society doesn't change its attitude.
Around 11 million people across the UK are currently living with hearing loss. To break that down, that's 1 in 6 of us. Here at the Birmingham branch of the charity Action on Hearing Loss, they're campaigning for Midlanders to become more deaf aware. Why? Well, this figure of 1 in 6 is expected to jump to 1 in 5 by 2035.
As our population gets older, there'll be more people naturally experience age-related hearing loss, but that's not the only reason. It's people not having regular hearing checks, not getting their hearing tested, and not recognising that it's a problem until it's too late.
To mark Deaf Awareness Week, a new social media campaign has been launched, and part of the goal, tearing up society's assumptions surrounding people who are deaf or have hearing loss.
I think there's a high level of ignorance. People just don't know how to communicate. They just either ignore what someone is saying, or if they can't hear what's being said or can't understand, they don't know what to do. We want to get everyone with deafness and hearing loss to share the fantastic achievements that they have had on social media to prove that deafness and hearing loss doesn't have to be a barrier.
So, what are some of the suggestions the charity makes to ensure that no one is excluded from everyday interactions?
We want people to look up the basic communication tips, such as understanding how someone wishes to communicate, whether that's British Sign Language or whether it's lip reading. Some simple tips about what to do if you can't understand what someone's saying, making sure that you don't cover your mouth so that someone can lip read. We also want employers to think about the environment, the workplace, and also the fantastic technology now that's available to support people practically to be able to have everyday conversations.
With numbers only expected to increase, it's clear that drumming up awareness is the focus here. Phase 1 of that is already underway, using a campaign where the spotlight turns away from what deaf people or those living with hearing loss can't do onto what they actually can do. Roshni Patel for Big News in Birmingham.
Tell us the stories, and here's your top tips.